Oh, hi there. I'm just playing one of my favorite Sega Genesis games, Mr. Balls! Anyway, I've mentioned this before, but I grew up with a Sega Genesis, aka Mega Drive, aka Black Box of Awesome! But when it came to portable gaming, I was still a fan of my Nintendo Game Boy. Sega's answer to Nintendo's Game Boy was the 8-bit Game Gear, released October of 1990 in Japan and April 1991 in North America. On paper, this should have killed Game Boy. I mean, this is a full-color backlit screen versus spinach green vomit that I blame for my terrible vision. The Game Gear's game library was relatively small, but the system had a lot of exclusive games. One of those games, released only in Japan, was a 1995 game which can be translated as Godzilla Giant Monster March. Not to be confused with the Game Boy Godzilla game we previously discussed, which translates as Godzilla-kun, Great Monster March. Because if something's related to Godzilla, the naming has to be confusing. It's like a law. Remember when I did a video forever ago about the turn-based strategy game Godzilla 2 on the NES? Well, Giant Monster March is in that camp. Let's see if this one will make me lose my mind for the next 7 videos like Godzilla 2 did. I don't own a Game Gear, but I actually do have the game. Look at this box art. The scaling is all over the place. This isn't a Giant Monster March. This is Godzilla Muppet Babies, and Godzilla's the nanny. Usually we joke that games make Mecha King Ghidorah too big, but here he's the size of a chicken. He's Mecha King Ghidorable. I have this adapter for the Retron 5 which will let us play this game, so let's give it a go. That's Squirtle. Yeah, so we have a problem. If you don't know Japanese, it's pretty tough to navigate this game. Lucky for us, there's now a fan-made patch that can turn a ROM of this game English. Right out of the gate, you can feel that we're going to be jumping around movies, mixing eras, but that's cool. So far, I'm digging the vibe of the game. Check out these sprites. These are cool. Look, there's Super Godzilla, but not the one from Super Godzilla. This is just a gray Godzilla, like a supercharged Trendmasters toy. In Godzilla 2, you can only play as the military. Here, you can play as the military or the Kaijuu, which is a nice feature that doubles the value of every stage. At the beginning of the stage, the directions clearly walk you through your objective and the different scenarios that will end a level. After that, I mean, it's a very basic turn-based strategy game. It feels very streamlined, no extraneous nonsense, just the basic and most intuitive elements. Move this here, move that there. But check out this game's battle feature. Instead of a slot machine mechanic like in Godzilla 2, the combat in this game is represented by a short 2D fighting stage. It's not the most exciting or challenging combat, but it's serviceable. I mean, it's already winning against every NES Godzilla game by virtue that these fights have backgrounds. A pet peeve of mine in all Godzilla video games is being attacked by these little dots. I understand why Godzilla hates armies, they're like mosquitoes. I can't tell if Godzilla's tail is supposed to be turned away from the camera, or if this is the stubbiest, most adorable Godzilla tail I've ever seen. I don't want to fire a tank at this guy, I want to swaddle him and sing him to sleep. Each fight is only allowed a certain amount of time before it cuts back to the map screen. It can get a bit stressful, as obviously you're trying to apply as much damage as fast as you can, and then you're ripped out of the fight while your heart's still racing. There are usually several ways to win a round. Kill Godzilla, destroy a base, stop an event. When I play as Godzilla, I tend to enjoy going the smashy route. Playing as the military can be fun too, because then you get to control things like Mecha Godzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah, classic ships and weapons. Now I keep comparing this to Godzilla 2 for NES, but it's not just because these are both turn-based strategy games. They are also both on 8-bit systems. Now obviously both games are very different art styles, but I find Monster March so much better looking. It's vibrant, it's cleaner, it's a bit more of an energy that's missing from the drab Godzilla 2. So we've got 4 stages loosely based on the Godzilla filmography. Stage 1 is basically Godzilla vs. Gigan. You can even destroy the Godzilla Tower. This is a nice short and easy stage to get you accustomed to the game's pace and controls. Now Stage 2 kind of combines a bunch of Heisei movies, and that includes Godzilla 1984, Godzilla vs. Mothra, and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Oh shoot, he won. It's game over for Godzilla, but that's only because I wanted to stay true to the movie. Oh, that's what happened there. Stage 3 is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, and if you play as the military, the objective is to keep baby Godzilla away from his dad. That feels like a cruel objective, but okay. This is fun because you immediately get to fly Garuda. Look out for Fire Rodan, though. Honestly, I think it was playing this level that I started making a solid effort and realized that, yeah, this game had its hooks in me. And luckily I held out long enough for Mechagodzilla to be deployed. Although, you know, in these types of games, it could take a few turns to get where you want to go. In this case, getting Mechagodzilla to Garuda. All turns elapsed! Yeah, I forgot to mention that there are limited turns per game. In case you didn't notice that big note every round. Look, baby Godzilla is crying for help and burns down the entire city with his psychic powers! Alright, now I got him close enough to merge. Let's do it! Super Mechagodzilla! He packs a nice punch. It's Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. This movie had just come out in 1994, a year prior to this game, so this is the exciting new big bad. When you're playing as Godzilla, you can't just walk right up to Space Godzilla and bitch slap him, no. No, you gotta take out the Fukuoka Tower first. I feel like because I just said Fukuoka, the YouTube bots are gonna demonetize me. The Space Godzilla stage is a bitch, and it can go on for a very long time. Honestly, I've yet to win it myself. If you do defeat Space Godzilla and clear all stages, it unlocks a 5th stage based on the original Gojira movie. But this stage has a strange lack of anything to make it kind of special. I mean, it would have been cool if it were in black and white, or maybe it merges a little with the next film and leads to a surprise fight with Anguirus. Maybe this should have been the theme for Stage 1, shifting all the other stages, and Space Godzilla could have been a hidden stage. Now listen, I like this game. It served very well for what it is, an enjoyable, intuitive, basic strategy game. I like to play the earlier levels a lot. They're nice and quick, so I can pick it up and just play for like 10 minutes. My criticisms are minimal. 1 or 2 more stages would have been really awesome. And aside from the bonus stage, you know, something immediately available to add to the variety, like a Biolante level or Titanosaurus level, maybe. In the levels that are available, I kinda wish I could also play as the space monsters. It might have been neat to play as Gigan, King Ghidorah, or Space Godzilla. Still, the pleasant graphics, simple gameplay, and movie references made this a very satisfying game to play. 3.5 stars! If you have an itch to play a Godzilla strategy game, I recommend this over Godzilla 2, unless you prefer winning by chance and you hate backgrounds. I think if you really tried, you could figure out how to play the Japanese version of this game. It helps if you know the basics of these type of strategy games beforehand, but otherwise, get yourself the translation patch and check out Giant Monster March any way you can. And this is a good time to once again point out the surprising amount of Sega systems that got Godzilla games. Game Gear, Saturn, Dreamcast, Pico, and yet, there's no Godzilla games on the Sega Genesis. But who needs Godzilla when we have Meatloaf Rotation? What the hell? These aren't real games. Oh, I see. I'm not playing a Sega Genesis. I'm playing one of those early AT-Games retro consoles, where it boasts it has all these games, but half of them are these Windows 95 rejects. Why am I even bringing this up? Because of this. Godzilla has more of a presence on AT-Games than he has on the Sega Genesis.
Bye.